When I was first starting comedy, Booker, who books a club, said to me, you know what you should do, Andy? You should use you words when you're doing your act. You know, it'll help the audience identify with you. You should be like, have you ever noticed, or don't you hate it when? I'm like, okay, that's a little hard for me because my whole act is about being a recovering heroin addict. You know, I can't just come out and be like, don't you hate it when you wake up in the morning and you're going through withdrawals and you have no money and you have no dope, so now you have to pawn your niece's tricycle. But then the dealer isn't answering his phone, so before you know it, you've passed out in a JCPenney parking lot after huffing a bunch of embalming fluid. Don't you hate it when that happens? Mondays, am I right? All right, you guys are cool. You're handling the dark stuff pretty well. Appreciate it, man. Handling the dark stuff pretty well. Only got a few minutes left. It's almost time for me to get out of here. I'll tell you guys a quick story, real quick. So I got clean in 2009. I had a fatal overdose in my parents' house. Temporarily. I survived. They intervened in the hospital. I went to treatment, went to IOP, and got clean and started doing comedy about 6 months after I got clean, 12 years ago. And when I first started doing comedy, every once in a while, somebody would come up to me after the show and talk to me about a friend or family member they had that was going through it, and how it was great to see me clean and doing comedy. And as the years have progressed and as the opioid epidemic has accelerated, it's happening all of the time, almost every show now. And sometimes when I'm doing like interviews and what have you, people are like, you know, how does it feel? Do you like being an inspiration to people? And I'm like, no, I just want to be funny. You know, trying to be cool. But the fact is, man, when I was still going through it and I was still using, the thing that helped me get there was seeing other people who had gotten clean. So thanks to Dry Bar for coming and letting me do this. It's kind of a tough sell, family-friendly comedy about heroin addiction. Yeah. But I really appreciate you guys coming and letting me do this. I know it's different, so thank you very much. I appreciate it. And yeah. And I gotta cut. And it was clean. It was clean. It was fine. You know. I haven't always worked clean. I kind of like coming to the Dry Bar. It's an interesting, creative challenge. I mean it. You know. My dad once found some material of mine that wasn't too clean. Confronted me about it. My dad's very LDS, you know. It's like, Andy, your mother and I found some of your talent skits in the glove box, and you had a bunch of... Ugh. Well, I'm not gonna say what we found, but we were mortified. Is that something you learned watching The Simpsons? What are you gonna do about this, son? I just dusted off an old excuse from my junkie days. I'm like, Dad, those aren't even my jokes. I'm just holding them for a friend. Hey, did you know Dry Bar Comedy has their own app? Download it now to watch my whole special.